I would like to ask you if killing animals would be illegal. What would happen to all the animals that are supposed to be killed?
Okay, so it's going to be a gradual change over the next like 10, 20, 30 years or whatever of more people going vegan and or just either going vegan for the animals or going plant-based for their health or for the environment or just eating more plant-based products in general, even if they're not fully plant-based or vegan. More vegan products are going to be sold as a result, and less animal products will be sold. Veganism becomes more popular. We continue to stigmatize this violence against animals and make it socially unacceptable to stab them for flavor. Okay, and then so as the decades progress, companies will see this change happening in society. Certain small progressive cities will start to outlaw animal cruelty, like shut down all the slaughterhouses and ban meat and dairy and eggs and go vegan. And then other cities will join that, and then a whole state will outlaw animal products. And then other states will do it, and then it will become a federal law, and then other countries will join suit. And this is what we see with, like, the gay rights movement, for example, and other things, and the fur ban in California. We recently banned the sale of fur in California because of the animal cruelty, and and then it just spreads from there. So basically, what I'm saying is that by the time we are able to make like a big law that affects a lot of states and stuff about shutting down slaughterhouses, by then there will be less animals in farms that exist, because by then the consumer change will have affected the amount of animals who are bred into existence for the purpose of slaughter to be turned into meat, right? And so by then there will be less animals in existence than currently are. But those animals who do exist in those farms, the day that we finally have enough people on our side to pass the law to shut down all the slaughterhouses, we will do so, and those animals will be transferred over to animal sanctuaries, where or the farms they're in will be converted into animal sanctuaries, where the animals are treated with respect and given good food and belly rubs and friendship and veterinary care and allowed to live happy, safe, and free into their nice old age. And we will not breed them anymore, so we will not have any further animals to feed and house and all that stuff. And that's about it. Sounds like a nice future to me.
But if the animals, there aren't that many animals, but still there would be a lot of animals. How can they all go in farms? And if they go, the people are not getting anything from the animals. They're not getting profits. So how can this go on?
Yeah, so we would just, tax the billionaires. How about we tax the animal abusing industries who've been profiting off of these slaves for hundreds of thousands of years, right? How about we tax the CEOs of the big meat and dairy and egg companies who have been caging and killing these animals as children, right? So that's my solution, like reparations from the oppressors. Hell, I'd be willing to, even though I don't contribute to this animal cruelty, I'd be willing for some of my tax dollars to go to help out, like paying a staff and paying for food for these animals to be taken care of, because that's what the victims deserve, right? And I was the oppressor for 26 years, right? I owe them, but I'm poor, and I'd still be willing to have a little bit of my tax dollars go to it. But yeah, tax the rich, not the poor.
Uh, Okay, but when the other guy asks you, when you ask him, would you like to be killed? And if you have like family and would you still like to be killed? He said yes, and you kicked him. But if you are more powerful than me, you more intelligent than I can't do anything about that. I'll just accept that I need to be killed.
Okay, yeah. So the question though that I was getting at with that is like, would you like? So let's assume that I am stronger and smarter than you, and I have a powerful position over you. Let's assume that just for a second. Like, let's say you're tied up, okay, and I have a gun. All right. I can shoot you, right? Do you want me to shoot you?
No, I wouldn't like
Oh,
you to shoot
oh,
me.
you don't want that? Okay. Do you want me to care whether or not you want to be shot?
Yes.
Okay. That makes sense. I would want someone to care about me if I was about to be shot. I wouldn't want them to shoot me, and I'd want them to care about me. So, okay, that makes sense. That's rational. That's logical. That's using emotion to care about others. That's a good thing. So this all makes sense to me. So I think you've convinced me. I'm not going to shoot you. So the point is, like, whether or not you'd be able to convince me or not, the thing is, you would prefer that I actually care about you. And so, that's all we're saying is, like, these animals would be better off if we cared about them. Like, it's in their best interest for us to not hurt them. So let's just not hurt them. We can make the choice to not hurt them. I can make the choice.
Then why did people start killing animals?
Yeah, I think we went from desperation to gluttony. So thousands of years ago and stuff, before agriculture and industrialization, there was a state of desperation where humanity had to do what they had to do in order to survive, and they also hadn't evolved much of a sense of morality yet. They were clubbing women over the head and pillaging and discriminating against gay people and women and all kinds of stuff. So like we grow though, but like. Yeah, and just because we've been doing something for a long time doesn't make it okay. But yeah, like most of our ancestors over the past 300,000 years, I believe, were eating primarily a plant-based diet. There was hunting, but they were mostly foraging before plant agriculture happened. But yeah, but if you have to do something to survive, that's different than being in a grocery store and choosing the product of animal cruelty instead of just moving your hand 3 inches to the right and picking up the vegan product.
But then, why so many years later we still eat animals?
Because it's convenient and it tastes good, and we're selfish, and we haven't yet learned to care about other species enough, because like I said, it takes a while for us to overcome our bigotry and the social indoctrination and the prejudice that was handed down to us by our parents.
Yeah, but if we are the most like humans are most powerful, right?
Yeah.
And if animals who are weak taste good, why shouldn't we eat them?
Well, dude, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm more powerful than you, and you would taste really good if I cook you right. And I already explained that you wouldn't. We already cleared this up. You wouldn't want that done to you. They don't want it done to them. I don't need to do it to you. You don't need to do it to them. If you want to be left the fuck alone, leave them the fuck alone.
But humans and humans are different. If you're
Why?
You're like, because we're the same species. Would pigs eat pigs? Would a pig more powerful eat a weaker pig?
What does that have to do with it? It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter how smart somebody is and whether it doesn't matter how smart somebody is and whether or not they can think about right and wrong and stuff. What matters is they feel pain and pleasure and they want to live. Just like a dog. A dog might do all kinds of stupid stuff like eat their own poop. I'm not going to say, well, therefore I can kill them or anything like this. What's the difference between a dog and a pig? What's, like go to stage 1 text real quick. Here, let's illustrate this real quick. Everybody go to stage 1 text, and I'm going to post a picture of a dog and a pig racing and like jumping over a fence together, and it's super cute. There's no real difference between these animals. Okay? So if you're gonna stab pigs, you might as well stab dogs. So if you think that it should be illegal to stab dogs, you should think it should be illegal to stab pigs, and therefore meat should be illegal.
But I was saying that if you were let's say an alien that wanted to eat my meat, and you were so more powerful than me, what can I do? Basically,
yeah,
I cannot do anything. I'll just give up my life and be
you're missing.
Alive.
Sorry, I'm sorry. You're missing the point. The point is not, are you able to defend yourself or not? I understand the pig is not able to defend themselves from us because we are stronger than them. But if we just say might makes right, that's a bully mentality. That's the philosophy of a tyrant or a dictator or a serial killer or a bully or an animal abuser or a child abuser, right? So what all you're saying is, I have power over them, therefore I'm justified in exploiting their vulnerability and abusing the power I have to harm those who are weaker than me. Not cool. So yeah, let's use your alien example. I think it's great. So watch, here's what happens. So let's say that aliens exist, right? Hypothetical. I don't know if they do or not, but let's say aliens exist and they are smarter and stronger than us. Let's say that we are like 50 times smarter than a pig. Just a random number, you know? So now let's say that these aliens are 50 times smarter than us. Okay? Now these aliens come here and they are now the dominant species. They are the dominant life form. They can be the apex predator if they want to. They don't have to, because they don't have to eat us, right? They're just doing it for pleasure. But they,
But
wait, hold
they're
on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
more
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on.
they're more
Hold on.
powerful than us. Than okay, sorry.
Thank you, thank you. Sorry, I just don't want to get derailed from the point I'm making here, and then you can talk.
Yeah.
So these aliens start to treat us the way we've been treating animals. They enslave us, they torture us, they cut our testicles out without painkillers, like just happens to baby pigs, right? They rip their testicles out with no painkillers. So they do this to us, right? They take our babies away, they kill our friends in front of us, and then they're coming at us with the knife when we're just children. Because, you know, like pigs, the natural lifespan of a pig is 12 years old, just like a dog. But pigs are killed when they're 6 months old. And that's like killing a puppy. All right, and they're killed. All of these animals, cows, are killed when they're 18 months old, even though their natural lifespan is 25 years old. So they're killed when they're a year and a half old. Chickens, these birds, their natural lifespan is 10 years old, but these birds are killed when they're 1 month old, because this is when they are big enough. They've eaten enough food now, and they've, you know, through generations, farmers have been selectively breeding and genetically modifying these animals to grow as big as possible, as fast as possible, and to overproduce eggs and to overproduce milk. And all of this is really hard on their little bodies. It really hurts them to just exist. And then they're killed as children, because once they've reached a certain weight, it's called slaughter weight, they're not going to get any bigger than that, no matter how much more food they eat. And so that's when it's profitable to cut their heads off, is when they're children, as soon as they reach peak weight. Because why would the farmer waste a bunch of food costs to feed these animals for days and years to let them have a nice, long, happy life? No, these are a product. This is a business, right? So he's going to kill them as children. So if you're against killing baby animals, I'd recommend not paying people to stab baby animals. So the aliens are treating us the way we're treating animals. So we got human slaughterhouses, and the whole time we're screaming at the aliens, like, please have mercy on us. Like, it doesn't matter that we're not as smart as you. Like, we feel pain and pleasure. We want to live. Like, I got a family. Please don't kill my family, right? But they don't care, right? Why would they care? Yeah? So they ignore our suffering, and they continue to slaughter us anyways. But the funny thing is, there's a small group of the aliens who are vegan aliens. And this, like, 2% of the aliens, these vegan aliens, are telling the aliens who are killing and eating the humans, the vegan aliens are saying, hey guys, why don't we be nice to the humans? Like, it doesn't matter that they're not as smart as us. It doesn't matter that they're not part of our group, that they weren't born as aliens. It doesn't matter that they're a different species than us, right? It doesn't matter how smart somebody is. What matters is these humans feel pain and pleasure, and they want to live, and they've got friends that they care about, and they're not trying to hurt us, you know, so let's just be nice to them and eat these plants. But the main vegan, or the main aliens who are killing the humans, are laughing at the vegan aliens, saying, what do you care about these stupid humans for? They're not as smart as us. They're not part of our group. They're not aliens, right? But that's just speciesism, like racism, right? That's speciesism and ableism, saying, oh, well, they're not as smart as us, so they don't matter. Well, that's ableism, and that means we can stab mentally disabled people because they're not as smart as us either, all right? But this speciesism is, the aliens would be discriminating against humans simply because we're not the same species as them, which is just what we do to animals. Speciesism, discrimination, because they ain't human. But nobody gets to choose what body they're born into, and there's nothing wrong with being different, and intelligence level is not a justification to hurt somebody or take their life. So if we're against racism, sexism, and ableism, we should also be against speciesism and just be nice to everybody.
But let's say that the aliens don't kill us. So they don't kill us. What are they gonna do with us?
Just let us live. Isn't that what you
Uh,
prefer? Don't you just want to left be alone instead of the aliens
yeah,
hurting
I
you?
want.
I mean, hell, if the aliens want, they can help us. Like, they can help us. They can give us new technology or teach us lessons or whatever. We can hang out and play music together. I don't give a shit. We can smoke a joint. But they don't, you know, they ain't got to be stabbing us.
But if we're food for them, delicious food, we would they just let us live?
Yeah, like
Why?
I said, there are some in this hypothetical. There are some vegan aliens who are saying, "Yeah, the humans taste good, and yeah, everybody else is eating the humans. It's what we've always been doing: is going to different planets and conquering them and eating all their people." But I don't feel right about it anymore. So just because I enjoy the taste of humans, maybe like I should say that doesn't matter. They want to live, and that's more important. And so they stop eating humans, just like you should stop eating animals.
Okay. But if you're saying that only 2%, this will be my last question, by the way.
Okay.
You're saying that only 2% of aliens think that they should let human live. But if they're only 2% of the population, aren't they in the wrong?
No, there was a time where the majority of the population in America thought that slavery was fine. Were they right just because they were the majority? No. They were abusing people. They were oppressing innocent victims. It doesn't matter that they were the majority. Like, the majority has been against homosexuals and, outlawing being gay and, like, but that doesn't make it right just because the majority does it. No, so we're the minority right now, but we are taking over, and it's going to change. And it's not going to be right because most people are going to start doing it. It's going to be right because that's what the animals deserve. All right, cool. Well, it was nice talking to you. Join the server and talk to us again.